So today on Sisters Conversation, we're going to talk about the downside of being a superwoman. And guess what? I have a special guest, Takia from Love MEE Inc.
Hi, I am Takia Lawrence. I am the founder of Love MEE LLC, and that is Love MEE for motivation, empowerment, and encouragement on self-love so that you're loving yourselves abundantly.
And I'm Lakeisha, your sister coach, and also the founder of A Sister's Truth. And here at A Sister's Truth, we help women to discover, define, and live their truth from manifesting a courageous life without limits. And as your sister coach, it is my job to make sure you have the tools and the encouragement you need to stay true to yourself for a purpose-driven life. And we want to talk about the downside of being a superwoman, right? Because as a woman, we wear a whole lot of different hats. You know, we're moms, we're wives, we're daughters, you know, we're nurturers, we're caregivers, and all these different things. So we have titled ourselves Superwoman. So we just want to talk about the downside of being a superwoman. So Takia is going to focus on the self-care aspect of it, and then I want to talk a little bit about the mindset around being a superwoman, and well, the downside of being a superwoman. So if you don't mind, I just want to first bring to everyone's attention, because my husband is a huge comic book fan, and so he's into all the Marvel, you know, comic book characters and things like that. But I wanted to bring to everybody's attention that obviously Superwoman is a play off of Superman, right? So the S that's on their chest doesn't stand for super. It's a sign of hope from their planet Kryptonite. So we have put this title on the S that's on their chest as being super, and that's not even what it stands for. So it stands for hope. So I just thought it would be a great idea just to come together and just really talk about the downside of being superwoman. So,
and I'm always coming from a place of self-love and taking care of yourself. And so, of course, I definitely see that there's a downside to trying to be a superwoman, because you're trying to take care of everybody else and what everybody else has going on, and likely neglecting yourself. And it's like, how well and how good are you taking care of everybody else and getting their needs done in a good way when you haven't taken care of yourself or done what you needed to do for yourself? So there's definitely a downside to it, because the main thing is you end up likely neglecting yourself and your needs. You may have desires, dreams, your voice, your goals, just whatever you may have that gets overlooked or not taken care of or addressed. Just even your personal care and daily health and everything that sometimes gets neglected. I've often seen the conversation that people have when they say, you know, if I'm serving dinner, I'm gonna serve my kids first, and then I'll serve my husband, or I'll eat, or whatever the case may be. And it's that mindset which she'll speak on of you taking care of everybody else before you take care of yourself. So myself, I cheat. I eat while I'm cooking. I cheat sometimes. I eat while I'm cooking, so it's not like I'm starved by the time we sit down anyway.
right.
So I cheat a little bit, but I mean, just taking that into account, like your mindset, you're already in the mode of, okay, let me fix the food and make sure everybody eat, and then I'll eat. And I get it, because we are natural nurturers, and we were designed that way to take care of everybody. But you were designed to take care of yourself as well. Like, why would you not?
Exactly.
So there's a mindset piece of it that she'll speak on, but even thinking about that, your mind, you're already going in the mode of saying, you know, oh, let me feed them. Da, 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 da.
And I think when we in superwoman mode, we need to ask ourselves why. We need to ask and answer the question why. Why do we feel like we have to be superwoman? Like, why do we feel like we have to do everything and be everything for everybody? And that's a real important and serious question that we need to take into consideration, because maybe we've seen our moms, right, do this growing up, where she is just running around and just being everything for everybody and not necessarily taking care of herself. So that is a learned behavior. Or on the other hand, maybe we are overcompensating for what we didn't get, growing up. So now we feel like we have to take on that role of being and doing everything for everybody. I mean, there's so many different, reasons why we feel as though we have to be superwoman, which is why it's super important to ask and answer the question, why? Why do I feel like I have to be a superwoman? And then also, being a superwoman diminishes the power behind your no, right? No is a powerful word that we need to use and use often. And the reason why I say that it diminishes your no, because if you're a superwoman, if you say no, then 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to renege on your no and then go ahead and do the actual request that was asked of you. So when you do that, it diminishes your no, and then people don't take your no seriously because they're like, oh, she's gonna do it anyway because she has reneged on her no. So it's it's very important to just be consistent with your no and don't renege on it, because your no can really be beneficial because it can actually give you back time. Believe it or not, it can help you take back some of your time, because saying no forces someone else to help you out, right? So now you're not doing everything for everybody, so now you can recoup some of the time that you would have lost by just being everything and doing everything for everybody else. And then also, as a self-proclaimed superwoman, you're less likely to ask for help, right? Because you're so, busy doing everything for everybody. You've put this, what's the word I'm looking for? Not facade, but you put this pressure on yourself to be able to just do everything for everybody. So you're less likely to ask for help. And like I said earlier, Superwoman is a play off of Superman, right? So I'm gonna go back to the comic books for a second. But everybody needs help, including Superman. Superman has friends. They're called the Justice League. So if Superman is this person that has all the strength and the power in the world, right, and he still needs help, then you as a superwoman, why not ask for help? Right? So it's very important to ask for help and let go a little bit of control, because as a woman, sometimes we don't like to give up. We don't like to give up that control, but we need to. We need to, because it brings down our stress levels a lot. We're not feeling overwhelmed. We're not feeling frustrated or whatever, because we're asking for help and we're letting people help us. Because I don't know how many times somebody has said to me, oh, I would have helped you out, but you acted like you had everything figured out. So they just step back and let me do everything, right? So when you're in this mode where you're constantly doing and you're not asking for help, people are going to sit there and literally let you do any and everything. Why? Because that's less stress on them. Because they're not as frustrated. They're not as overwhelmed. Why? Because you're doing everything. Do you see the irony in that? Right?
Right.
So,
and speaking on, like you said, the timepiece, Auntie Magazine done taught us this year, reclaim your time. Look, reclaim your time. So set boundaries. Like she said, the power in your no. If you set boundaries, then you don't lose that power. You've decided and you've made decisions about certain things, and then you don't have to try to keep up that facade or act like you have to and going to just do everything for everybody, because it's impossible. Again, the Justice League. Superman friends.
Superman has friends.
Yeah, like
He has help
everybody
too.
needs help. I mean, that's in the Bible as well, where it says two are better than one. So like, why would you not take some help? Why would you not get some help? You know, why do you have to be this self-proclaimed superwoman? There's a downside to that. Again, you're likely not going to get it all done. There's going to be something missed, and likely it's going to be missed something for yourself. And not for you to be selfish, but for you to be better, or for you to be more, or for you to be able to do more and give more. So why not tap into that or take advantage of that? Because it can happen. It can be that way. You just have to lose that mindset, and figure out one, too, like she said, figure out why do you have that mindset, whether it was a learned behavior or you're trying to compensate for something. But it definitely needs to be addressed, because you're gonna do a disservice to yourself. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you need help on figuring out your why, that's why I'm here. I'm your sister coach. It's my job to help you figure out your why, so we can get to the root cause of being a superwoman. So, yeah,
it's important to take it in mind not to try to do and be everything for everybody, because you are likely going to neglect yourself, and you want yourself to be the best that you can be. And so you have to set boundaries and be strong in your no, and know why you're doing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Because we can only give from a full cup. Everybody knows that, right? You know, if you listen to any life coach, they will tell you that you have to give from a full cup. So when you're operating at your best, then everybody around you is going to benefit.
Yes.
It's going to be automatic, but you have to take care of you first. And we just need to set an example for our children and for any other young woman that's watching us, because I have a million nieces and nephews. So I'm not a mom yet, but I have a whole lot of nieces and nephews. So I'm really particular on how I carry myself, because I know they're watching. So it's our job to be an example for our children and for the other women as well that's looking up to us. There's nothing wrong with not being able to do everything. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with being imperfect, because we're all imperfect. Nobody is perfect, and that's okay. That is truly okay.
Definitely. Love who you are, and that's your imperfections as well, because we all have them.
We all have imperfections.
For sure. This was a nice pop-up conversation.
It was a nice pop-up conversation. Yes. So all my YouTube families, if you know someone who can benefit from watching this video, please share the video. Share the video across your social media pages. Let's get the word out there that it's okay not to be superwoman.
And sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Share the video.
Yes. Hey sis, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch our video. I am so excited to let you know that we're going to be uploading new videos every week to give you the tools, the encouragement, the motivation, the inspiration that you need in order to live a courageous life without limits. So in order to stay connected with us, I need you to hit that subscribe button and also ring the bell so you can get notifications every single time we upload a new video. In the meantime, check out these videos right here, and until I see you again, always remember that you are enough in your truth.